K Nation. Sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Coming up on K Nation, college football is back. Both K-State and KU opened up their seasons last night in Week 0 matchups. We've got all the highlights in just a bit.
Plus, we've got an exclusive one-on-one interview with former KU volleyball star and current Washburn volleyball assistant coach Camryn Turner. You don't want to miss it.
Plus, we get some insight on the future of the Farmageddon rivalry. All that and so much more coming up on K Nation.
Welcome to K Nation. I'm Cindy Clark alongside Cole Implin, and we've got a packed show for you today. We're talking soccer, volleyball, and even men's basketball.
But of course, Cindy, we've got to talk college football, right? It's finally back. You were in Lawrence last night. Why don't you give us some of the highlights?
Yeah, Cole, it was the first game for the Hawks back in that newly renovated David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium, and the energy was absolutely electric. I'll have more on that in just a bit, but first, let me take you to that first quarter. In a sold-out crowd, the Jayhawks opened up the scoring pretty early. It's 1st and 10 at the 21, and Jalen Daniels will complete the pass to Cam Pickett, and it's the first TD in that new booth. Pickett led the Hawks with 6 receptions, 77 yards, and 2 DDs. With the score 7-0, Fresno State would respond on that following drive, but the Hawks, they weren't letting off the gas. Next drive, it's LaShawn Williams with a 19-yard run to put KU on top again, making it 14-7. His first TD in the crimson and blue uniform. I'll take you to the second quarter now, where it's the Daniels to Pickett connection once again, this time for 13 yards to extend the Jayhawk lead 21-7. KU forced 3 turnovers on the night, within a Devin Dye interception to Seth Lane's margin for a 47-yard field goal to extend KU's lead by 3. Then it's the third quarter. It's Daniels to Keaton Kubeka for 12 yards, putting Kansas up 31-7. KU starts the season with the dub, and Jalen Daniels goes 18 for 20 with 3 TDs.
I think that goes with our preparation. You know, we've had a long fall camp, but, you know, we've had a successful one. I think everything that we've done to be able to put ourselves in a position to be able to win and execute today was definitely put into play.
Yeah, you know, you always hope you get the ball as a receiver, and so for it to happen, of course, that's a great thing. But yeah, we spend time, you know, outside of football, building an actual relationship with each other. Really, just our whole room and JD in general, and so I think that showed tonight.
And of course, Cam later said his favorite play of the night was his first touchdown in the booth. It was a great team win for the Jayhawks, but the victory was spearheaded by 6-year senior quarterback Jalen Daniels. Jalen was 18-20 with 176 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 8.8 yards per pass, and 2 of those 3 touchdown passes were to newcomer Cam Pickett, a junior wide receiver who spent last season with Ball State. Daniels' first touchdown pass, the 21-yarder to Pickett early in the first to open up the scoring, followed by a 13-yard pass to Pickett again in the second. Jalen's third and final touchdown of the night was a 12-yard completion to Keaton Kubeka. He's Leipold on Jalen's performance last night.
I thought he had great leadership. He was in command. He didn't get rattled. He made people miss and still made throws. He was solid in the run game when we needed him to do some things, but I thought his accuracy was very good. Just everything you want in that, and I don't know what you've seen him play like. He just seemed really confident in what's going on, you know, and all that. And that's what you need out of an experienced quarterback, and he gave us that tonight.
And Cole, we have more on that stadium because KU Athletics unveiled its new football stadium with the home opener of the new David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium last night. So let's take a deeper look inside the booth at the media tour of the stadium last week. Everywhere I looked, Cole, there was something new in every corner with a variety of KU and Kansas history. KU Athletics Director Travis Goff said there isn't a bad seat in the house, and here you can see multiple different angles of the booth and inside the stadium, and I would have to say I agree with the man. Every angle I got was a great angle of the field.
It's looking pretty good.
It's pretty nice, and the suite levels are also pretty nice as well. Now inside those suite levels, there's a deeper look into KU football history as well as some Jayhawk greats on display. One of the coolest local ties was the Kansas High School State Champions helmets. Here's Goff on that stadium.
You know, there's a personal story, I think, that was written with this venue in the thoughtfulness, talking about our history, talking about the things that make the University of Kansas unique and special. And I think for all of us, Chancellor all the way through, there was that deeply embedded commitment to that. And so we're proud of the big picture, and I think we're equally proud of the finer details as well.
Well, Sydney, a brand new stadium, a brand new season, starting out 1-0. Couldn't be a better time for a Jayhawk fan right now.
Couldn't be a better start for the Hawks as well in that new stadium.
Well, let's talk about their in-state rivals, okay? Of course, I was out in the Emerald Isle for Farmageddon, where K-State took on the Iowa State Cyclones in Aviva Stadium. The energy was through the roof for the top 25 matchup overseas to open up the year. In a downpour of rain, it would get guarded in the first quarter. Rocco Beck finds Dominic Overby in the corner of the end zone, and just like that, the Cyclones are on the board. But second quarter, Avery Johnson, you got to be worried for him, using his legs, finds a gap and converts. Tied game in Dublin. Well, the second half, the Wildcats trailing 14-7, but Johnson, Aaron, and out broken coverage finds Jace Brown. We're all tied up in the fourth. Iowa State would score 10 unanswered. Do or die time for the Wildcats. Johnson finds Jaron Brandley, suddenly back to a one-score game with minutes to go. The Wildcats would force a fourth down, but time and time again, the Cyclones converting. They get it here all the way to the goal line. Iowa State wins Farmageddon for a third straight year over K-State, taking this one 24-21.
If we allow the outside noise to become a factor, which these guys ain't letting happen. I know that. They're not going to let it happen because they see what I see. A really good football team. They got beat by a really good football team. And so we've got to go back, regroup, get some guys healthy. We were down some guys. We got to get some guys back and get ready to go Saturday.
I mean, it was downpouring in the first half, so it's hard to get a grip of the ball. And then we just try to, kind of rely on our run game a little bit, but couldn't really get anything started, couldn't get anything going. We got to start faster if we want to win games, especially against good teams like Iowa State.
Getting some guys back, of course, their play factor, Dylan Edwards, left the game, their star running back, in the first quarter on a punt return. That was literally his only snap of the game. They would go to the locker room, would not be able to return. He was spotted this morning with a walking boot, so we don't know the injury severeness quite yet, but just you hope he would get back rather soon. They kind of need him on that offensive side.
A tough loss for K-State earlier in that game.
Well, another struggle for the Cats was really converting on fourth downs. The Cyclones were a perfect 3 of 3, while the Wildcats, however, just 1 of 4 in the same stat. One of the more controversial plays of the game came in the fourth, just a drive before Iowa State and K-State would both score their final touchdowns. Down 17-14, the Cats decided to go for it on the 4th and 1. It was Avery Johnson with the rush, but no gain. Now, despite the controversy surrounding the call, Chris Kleiman knows that this team just needs to be better.
They just made a couple plays on fourth down. Those couple of them were short, and they made a couple of plays, and we didn't. And I would do the same thing again based on how the game was going, with us struggling to slow those guys down on 4th and 1.5. And I thought Ave had the first down. The review was not going to help because you couldn't see the lines out there, so it didn't matter. I mean, give them credit. They made the stop.
Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started. So coming up later on K-Nation, an exclusive one-on-one with former KU volleyball All-American Camryn Turner. She reflects on her career with the Hawks and talks coaching at Washburn.
But first, we're talking KU and K-State soccer as they stay undefeated. Plus, KU volleyball opened up its season last night in Lincoln, Nebraska. In news from both KU and K-State men's basketball, we're talking all that right after this.
Good morning. Welcome to today's. Don't you just love a new school year?
I do love a new school year. Every morning we're here to help you take it all on.
As the forecast calls for football all across the country.
We're getting back to all of it, and the best way to start is together.
National Geographic Society celebrates all of its global explorers who are inspiring us to protect marine species, like penguins.
For over 38 years, our law firm has called Kansas home. If your child has suffered a birth injury, you need an experienced team on your side. Contact us today for a free consultation and let Prochaska Howell Prochaska be your birth injury team.
Hi, I'm Jim Knight with Pelleplex of Kansas. With top quality products backed by an industry-leading warranty and a 10-year installation and service promise, you can count on us to provide long-lasting value for your home. Call or visit to learn more about the beauty, affordability, and reliability of Hello Windows and Doors.
It's safe to say that a great day's work starts with a great night's sleep. So no matter what kind of job you have, Denver Mattress has the right mattress for you. So shop the Labor Day sale today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $800 on Purple mattress and adjustable base bundles. And get a $300 gift. Or check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99. Plus, get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Keep your RV in top shape with Noller RV's exclusive service specials. Our part-timer package is just $349, perfect for occasional trips. And our weekender package is only $11.99, ideal for frequent travelers. Visit Noller RV today for expert service and peace of mind on the road.
Local people, local pride, local beer. This is our craft, the quest for perfection in every glass.
Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, 37th and Kansas.
Welcome back. We start with some news from K-State men's basketball. The team announced Friday that senior wing Tyreek Smith had his eligibility waiver denied by the NCAA. Smith joined the Cats as a mid-season transfer in January, coming from the University of Memphis. Head coach Jerome Tang expressed disappointment in the decision and wished that the NCAA could have provided better communication and transparency during the process. Smith played at Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, SMU, and joined the team at Memphis before transferring to K-State.
Now for some men's basketball news out of Lawrence. Bill Self and KU Athletics announced on Wednesday that Tony Bland will now serve as an assistant coach for the Hawks. Bland spent the 24-25 season with the Washington Huskies as an assistant under Danny Sprinkle. Before that, he served as associate head coach for the USC Trojans from 2013 to 17, where the team made the NCAA tournament twice. He coached at his alma mater, San Diego State, from 2011 to 13, as the Aztecs made the tournament in both seasons and were the Big West Conference regular season champs in 2012.
And Bland was at the KU football game yesterday, getting his first taste of some KU magic right there. K-State soccer was in South Dakota on Thursday, taking on the Coyotes in Vermilion. Going into the match, the Cats were 2-0 this season and in the Colin Corbin era. Scoring started late in the first half with an unassisted goal by Hannah Palmer, her second of the season. In the second, it was Allison Marshall who would put the Cats up 2-0 with her first goal of the season as well. McKenna Braswell had the assist on that one. The Cats improved to 3-0. They'll play again this Thursday against UMass Lowell in Lowell, Massachusetts.
They've already matched their win total from last year as well, so obviously doing great things under Colin Corbin. Excited to see how they go the rest of the year.
New era, and they're off to a great start.
Well, how about the Hawks? They took on Utah Valley on Thursday from Rock Chalk Park in Lawrence, looking to improve from 2-0. Lexi Watts opened the scoring 34 seconds in for her second goal of the season. There was an assist on that one as well. Then it's Lexi again. She would have her second goal of the game and third of the season, as the next one would be unassisted. For the Hawks' final goal of the night would be freshman Jordan Rowan, the first of her career, as KU overall would improve to 3-0 with the win. And here's head coach Nate Lee following the performance.
It's hard to win college soccer games, and it's hard to win college soccer games against good teams. We played a very, very good team there, and they had a lot of that play in the second half. It's not something we're completely used to, chasing the game to that extent. Thought they have some really talented players, thought they were running through balls more than we were, and I thought they did a very good job of game management. Now that being said, our team has found a way to put ourselves at 3-0.
The Hawks took on Utah State today in Logan. The game ended in a 0-0 draw, so Kansas record's now 3-0-1 overall, but hey, still remaining undefeated on the year.
K-State had its annual purple and white scrimmage on Wednesday, and no matter the outcome, it's a victory for the Cats. Now, obviously, there are no stats or scores from this match, as it's just a way to get the team geared up for the season, as well as give fans a first look of the Cats. At the squad yesterday afternoon, the Cats took a trip up to Norman, Oklahoma, where the Cats faced off against the Sooners in an exhibition match where head coach Jason Manfield's brother Aaron coaches there as well. K-State's first official match is this Friday against UMBC at home in Morgan Family Arena.
In KU volleyball, they got their season started today in the AVCA first serve in Lincoln, Nebraska, as they took on the Vanderbilt Commodores earlier today, hoping to start the season and the Matt Ulmer era with a win. The match ended up being a 5-set thriller, with KU dropping the first set 25-19. However, the Hawks would get right back into the second with a 25-18 win. Kansas would drop the third set and nail biter 26-24 before coming back in set 4 25-20. They take that momentum into set 5, where they close out the match with a 15-4 win.
And coming up next on K-Nation, an exclusive one-on-one interview with a former KU volleyball All-American, Camryn Turner. She talks her playing days with the Hawks and the new head coach Matt Ulmer and working in her hometown. You won't want to miss it.
You worked hard all year. Now relax for less at Faith Furniture's huge Labor Day sale. Get massive savings on quality name brand furniture and mattresses, all in stock and ready for immediate pickup or quick delivery. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining, everything priced to move. Up to 36 months interest-free financing means you can have it all now. Don't wait. These deals won't last. Huge discounts, interest-free financing, furniture you'll love at prices you'll love even more. Hurry into Faith Furniture, where value lives. You just gotta have faith.
At Denali Home Design, we're proud to partner with our in-house flooring experts.
Skilled Saws delivers unmatched craftsmanship and precision in hardwood flooring.
Choose Denali Home Design and Skilled Saws, where local expertise
meets exceptional service.
Your independence is important to you, and it's important to our team. You've been training for this moment all year. It's time to get off the bench.
Come join the McCrite team, for it's your time to shine.
Hi, Clay with Swims and Sweeps. I'm here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute. They want me to talk about how we care about you and your pool, not just your credit card. Online and big box stores are not giving you the right advice. It's not the price per pound, it's the advice per pool.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, did you know your fight isn't with the other driver?
It's against their insurance company and a bunch of their big corporate lawyers.
So without legal power on your side, you probably won't get the money you deserve.
That's why Kansas turns to Devon James. We've battled insurance companies for thousands of clients.
And when Devon James fights,
Devon James wins, or you pay us nothing.
Car accident? Devon James wins.
Call 888-8888.
Mornings with Kelly and Mark are always the right move.
Are you going to do the swan? Don't try that at home.
Next live, Danielle Brooks plus Benito Skinner.
Monday at 11 on 27 KSNT.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Producer Amy Acevedo caught up with former KU volleyball All-American to talk her collegiate, professional, and coaching career. Here's that exclusive one-on-one.
You kind of took this job here obviously pretty recently. What is it like, you're from the Topeka area, you went to Seaman High School. What is it like to, kind of be back in, your hometown and, coaching some, aspiring volleyball players?
I played for Coach Herron when I was like 8 to 13, so I knew that Washburn was here. It's a really, really good program, and I had the opportunity now that pro is like the off season, and so my best friend Drew Baxter, she told me that the job's open. She's like, you should do it. Like, I think you'd really enjoy it, and being around the girls, they're awesome, and so it just kind of all fell into place.
And what is it like, after all these years, being the player yourself to now, of course you're still the player, in the pros, but to be a coach and, kind of help these young girls who were once in your shoes, or young ladies, I should say.
Yes. I think even today I was like doing the individuals with them and the setters, and I just think it's cool because I know the way that I was thinking or still think, and so I think it's cool to like pass that knowledge on, where it's like the coaches, they obviously, Shayla played and all of that, but like I was just in it in college like 6 months ago, so I just think it's really cool that I can pass that knowledge along, and like we're still learning together.
Awesome. And you're obviously very, close to home. You went to Seaman High School. You still hold a lot of those, volleyball records there. What is it like to kind of be, back in the area, close to family and friends?
I'm literally 10 minutes. I live 10 minutes away from here, and I just think it's so cool. I've been out. I had the KU alumni game, and like everyone's just like, I'm so excited that you're going to be back at home, and it's just like, it does feel like home, which is very familiar, and I think it's really awesome because it's a really awesome community. So I'm even closer to home. Lawrence was close to home, but now I'm like in my home. So it's just really, really cool.
Awesome. And what are your expectations, for the Ichabod volleyball team this season?
They're a bunch of studs. We've had literally one practice, but I know they're all like on the same page mentally, and they all really, really want to win. They obviously want to win it all, but you can see that determination on their face when we talk, when we team bond. So all of that, you can just see it. So I feel like it's going to be a good season for them.
Awesome. And you just talked about the KU alumni match. What was kind of that like being able to go back to Lawrence and, be there with a bunch of old teammates and coaches?
Obviously they have a new staff, but Coach B was there, which was really, really cool. It was weird because he wasn't there at the beginning of the game. So I was like, this is my first game in Horse without Coach B. Like, it was just really weird, but I also got to play with some of my idols like Kelsey Payne and Cassie Way, and so that was really cool. It was just a really cool experience, and I'm happy that I did it.
Awesome. And did you talk to any of, the girls on the current roster at all? I know I'm sure you played with some of them, but any of like the new incoming freshmen or transfers, did you talk to any of them? And if you did, what kind of, advice did you give them about playing at KU?
I talked to Kristen Klein a little bit. She's their new setter. She came from Oregon with them, and she loves volleyball so much, and you can just tell the way that she talks about it, and I just know that she loves the university the way that I love it, or she sees it the way that I do. She's like, people really support volleyball here, and like she's just so excited to have like a real game day in Horsh, which is really cool. There was a commit there, and I was like, you're gonna love it. Like, it feels like home no matter where you're from, and so it's just a really special place. So I did chat with them a little bit.
Awesome. And obviously, like you mentioned, you didn't play under head coach Matt Ulmer, but kind of, did you get to talk to him at all? And what do you kind of think about his vision for the program and how he's looking to keep, KU heading back, up to top?
I got to work a KU camp at the very beginning of the summer, so I was there with all the new staff, and I really, really like them. It's obviously just so strange because I only know Coach B, but I think they're going to make the program, they're going to elevate it. They have so many new different techniques, and the way that they teach the girls is different, but it's like a good different. It's not like, what are they doing? Like, they know what they're talking about. So it's just new knowledge, and I feel like they're going to elevate it. They're really good people.
And now Kansas was picked to finish, I believe, second in the Big 12 and 16th overall in the AVCA rankings, I believe 16 or 14. What do you kind of think about that, and what is it like to see, the program that you were a part of and you helped kind of get to that spot continue to be, seen as a program that's going to do big things this upcoming season?
I am really excited for them. There's just so many new people. Like, during the alumni game, I was like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? But I think it's really cool, and they all are very, very talented, and I think they're going to do lots of good things. So I'm really happy that we elevated the program, and they're going to keep that standard and raise it even higher.
Now, what are your fondest memories about playing at KU? You got Big 12 awards, All-Americans. What are kind of some of your favorite memories?
Okay, so Horsh is amazing. The environment's amazing, and I just love it so much. You can feel the energy on the court. And the one memory or two that stand out to me is obviously all of the Sunflower Showdown games. 8-0, never lost to K-State, and I feel like that has a lot to do with the crowd and especially the band. Like, they feed us energy. And senior night, my sophomore year, we reverse swept Iowa State, and that one you could just feel it, because I loved those seniors so much that I was setting in my possession. I would look at Billy and I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, Camryn, focus on the game. But we really pulled it out for the seniors, so that's just one that always comes to mind. So yeah.
Of course, a KU great. It's obviously great to see her back in the coaching world as well with Washburn, but you can still see her passion for obviously the Jayhawk fan base.
And Cam mentioned that she was playing with some greats that she looked up to on that alumni match, but don't get it twisted. Cam is also one of those KU legends that has left a lasting, long-time program.
She got to be at the forefront for some great runs as well. Yeah. You got to see her in person as well. Yeah. How was that for you?
She's a great player on and off the court, and she truly entitles what a Jayhawk is. So coming up on K-Nation, we'll have that live betting odds for K-State and KU's Week 1 matchups this weekend.
But first, is Farmageddon in danger? Hear about the status of the rivalry game that just played in Dublin next.
Big truck accidents have resulted in big money for our clients.
In a wreck, need a check? Call us today.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
No curveballs here, just straightforward service from Messler Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Make a double play with 2 or more exterior replacements and knock off 10% today. Call for details.
This summer at Noller Ford, get 0% financing on new 2024 Fords and 0% on new 2025 Escapes, Explorers, and F-150s. Bring us any competitor's offer and we'll beat it by $500. Only at Noller Ford.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Make this summer the best summer it can be with the best audio and lighting accessories. Come get your bike, motorsport, and boating audio and lighting at Car Toys. Locations in Topeka and Kansas City. We have better options, better prices, and the best accessories around, including all your motorcycle audio and lighting needs. From the best brands, Rockford Fosgate, JBL, Pioneer, and Kenwood. Let the party begin and start the fun with Car Toys. Visit us in Topeka and Kansas City.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her, a new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move. And we're more than a truck.
Welcome back into K-Nation. This year's Farmageddon marked the 109th consecutive meeting between Iowa State and Kansas State, a run that dates back to 1917. Yet, in 2027, there will be no scheduled game, as Farmageddon streak will be a casualty of conference realignment, as the Big 12, of course, chose just 4 long-standing rivalries to be protected: Arizona, Arizona State, BYU, Utah, Baylor, TCU, and Kansas State, Kansas. Meaning if something can't be worked out, the long-standing game will come to an end.
But I think for the fan bases, when we get back to talk about future scheduling, I think that's one of the conversations we have. Can we protect more than just one rivalry? And I think I'd certainly be in favor of that.
You can't give K-State 2 protected and everybody else has one. Because there's going to be a year where that's going to be a huge advantage or a huge disadvantage. And so you've got to keep things equitable. So it's not just a decision between K-State and Iowa State.
No.
Because for us to agree to do that, then everybody else is going to have to adjust accordingly. And, there's 16 votes, not 2.
As of now, next year's game at Iowa State will be the last on the consecutive rivalry. And as Jamie Poehler said, Iowa State athletic director, it would simply be unfair if K-State would get to an extra game with Iowa State. Same thing for Iowa State. Their main rivals, of course, that they keep no matter what is Iowa. So if you have teams like that having those 2 games, there could be some years where those teams are really great, some years where they're really down. So it would throw off the rest of the Big 12, and I don't think the other athletic directors would like that one bit.
Yeah, and that's where conference realignment comes into play with the addition of teams into the Big 12. It's just hard to guarantee that long-time rivalry game.
Of course, as the fans, they would love to see it.
Yeah, of course.
We got to see it all week in Dublin. The amount of fans that came out, showed out, over 30,000 plus combined.
K-State
from
fans
both
traveled,
nations.
and so did the Cyclones.
It was purple and white. You saw some red here and there on the streets. It was a phenomenal time. So I would obviously love to see Farmageddon keep going. But, that's kind of above our pay grade.
And how cool was it to see the Cats in Dublin?
It was great. It was great to see them. The atmosphere was just electric. I understand there's some fans who say, like, hey, that kind of took away a home game for us. But it was obviously a great experience for those players to be abroad, play a football game in Ireland.
And a college football game abroad as well.
Of course, amazing. Well, stick with us, because after the break, we're breaking down what you need to look out this week for with the Cats and the Hawks.
And we've got that live betting odds for both Week 1 matchups right after this.
This is not a drill. Briggs Subaru just dropped 0% financing for 72 months on in-stock Subaru Outbacks. But only 20 are available and they're moving fast. No interest, no gimmicks. Hurry to Briggs Subaru in Topeka before they're gone.
Since 1981, you've trusted Harold's Tire to provide the best selection of tires and service in the tire industry. We're excited to announce that we've expanded our services at our North Topeka location and are now offering alignments, brake replacement, and complete suspension services. We even offer free alignment checks. We promise to provide fast and reliable service. Harold's Tire, now offering under-car care needs at our North Topeka location. Call us today to schedule your alignment appointment.
Hello, Kansas. David Ellis with Ellis Boys in Holton, just 20 minutes north of Topeka. You work hard for your money, so let us show you how we can save you money.
Don't miss the Labor Day sales event going on now. Can't find what you're looking for? Let Ellis Boys find that new 2026 Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram to fit your needs. No matter what model, truck, van, or SUV is on your mind, the boys can get it for you.
So let us be your one-stop dealer in Holton, Kansas for sales, service, and parts.
I'm Matt Bretz.
And I'm Kent Briggs. And everyday motorcyclists head out just like you, to work, to school, to see friends and family.
But unlike you, they don't have thousands of pounds of steel to protect them.
A quick lane change or left turn without checking twice can end in tragedy.
In 2023, over 6,000 motorcyclists were killed in crashes, many caused by drivers who just didn't look carefully.
Before you turn, before you switch lanes, look twice. It could save a life.
Let's all share the road this summer. Motorcyclists and their families are counting on you.
National Geographic Society celebrates all of its global explorers who are inspiring us to protect marine species, like penguins.
All right, real quick. This week for the Cats, we've got soccer and volleyball matchups this week.
And, of course, for the Hawks, women's golf in action and also volleyball. Heading out to South Dakota, taking on number 2 Penn State. Of course, that's going to be a big one. Soccer, of course, will be in action. And, of course, on Friday, KU football back in the booth, taking on Wagner. Looking to go 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at some week zero, of course, in the books. Let's take a look at the lines. You see the K-State Wildcats, 24.5-point favorites at home against North Dakota, looking to bounce back after that loss. You know, the Jukes don't have a line. They're that heavily favored over an FCS opponent. Well, thank you for tuning into K-Nation. We'll have all the coverage as well next Sunday as well. Make sure to tune in. I'm Cole Input.
And I'm Cindy Clark. Have a great night.